I'm out on the property today listening to the Fits All podcast. If you guys aren't listening to the Fits All podcast, you're missing out. It's in episode 8 right now. It is a fantastic podcast. If you're not into podcasts, this is going to change your life. Really, really good stuff. So Jimmy DeResta, Blacksmith Tools on Instagram, and Eric from Hand Tool Rescue. These guys are hilarious. There's a lot of information. It's totally fun. So if you got a job, you're out there mowing the lawn for an hour, pop on this podcast and you're going to enjoy it. Okay, enough about that. That's like the good part of my day. Bad part of my day, the Mahindra's broken down again. I got to take her into the dealership. Now, she just got back from the dealership 3 or 4 weeks ago. And as soon as I got her back, she died. Same problem. They didn't fix it. And it's very, very unfortunate. We're going to a different dealer now. I've never trusted the dealer I took her to, and I really wish I wouldn't have taken her there. A simple reprogram of the computer or reflash. This is a very common problem on these tractors, and it's fixed easily, and it's an hour repair. They charged me 3.5 hours, and the guy's like, well, I spent 6 hours on the phone with Mahindra, and I was like, dude, I walked in, I told you the code, I told you what the problem was and where you even needed to set your parameters, because everyone that owns this tractor is going through this. Like the only dealer in the country that didn't know about this, which is not the case. They knew about it, and they, you know, whatever. So just a shady dealer, and that you get that from time to time. So we're going to a good dealer, and a dealer that I trust, and I should have taken it to in the first place, and we're going to drop it off there. Now here's one thing that's cool about this. This tractor's out of warranty, but I gave Mahindra a call. I told him the problem, that we'd had a dealer look at it, and as soon as it was off the trailer, the problem started again. What happens is it goes into limp mode and it dies, and you can't move. I mean, you can't even get it back on the trailer. So gotta let it sit for a day, and then it'll just kind of, you know, start up again, and you got about 10 minutes and you got to get it on the trailer. So even though I'm not under warranty, Mahindra said, okay, we know what this problem is. Take it into the dealership. We're going to cover everything. We're going to have them go over the entire tractor and do a pretty thorough inspection. I'm really, really happy about that. I think that that's it's actually quality customer service, which, you know, I honestly, I didn't expect it. I really didn't expect it. I figured they would just say, well, you know, you're out of warranty, you bought the tractor, whatever, but they didn't. I'm very happy about that. That's, you know, that's pretty good. We're at about 250 hours on this tractor, which any of you that know about equipment, that's not a lot of time. The first 60 hours were put on it in the first 2 weeks when we were cleaning up for Tornado out here, and that's when it first showed this problem. We took it into the dealer, and they reprogrammed it, and it worked for quite a while, and then it's just been an intermittent problem ever since. Sometimes when it happens, you just turn it off and leave it, and then you can come back to it, and you'll be good to go. Another problem these guys have is the temperature gauge. So this is a different motor they put in mine versus the previous model, and it's a tier 4 tractor, right? And so when they put the different motor in there, the actual gauge doesn't work with the sending unit. So there's really not a fix for that other than putting in a separate gauge. So when we get it back from the dealer, we're going to put in a temperature gauge. So what makes this such a pain in the butt is that for the past 3 weeks, we've been trying to schedule the shop build. It can't happen until I have my tractor back. We have huge beams to lift into the air. I've got to get a man basket so that we can raise guys up and they can get up on the roof, and we can, you know, it's just, you got to have a tractor for this. I don't want to rent one. It's expensive. And we have a lot of cleanup on the property. So I have this giant pile of trash out here that I've been collecting since the time we bought the property and putting it all in one space, and I've got to get that out of the way. It's just time. In fact, it's past time. I should have done it like 6 months ago. But it's happening as soon as I get this tractor back. So the official date of the build right now is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And hopefully it will be with us. We got a bunch of YouTubers coming out, like 110 Living. Stephen Cox is going to be here. Tools for Machines is going to be out to help out. And the actual gentleman that designed this building is coming out to help as well. But before any of that can happen, we have to have an operating tractor. So I'm going to get this down to the dealer. Hopefully they can have it back within a couple days to spare. If I can have it, you know, midweek before, we'll be good to go, you know. But I don't know, man. I may have to run a tractor, and that's just the way it is. But it's a terrible situation, but hopefully this time they'll get the problem sorted and figured out and fixed on this tractor, and we'll be good to go. The thing that terrifies me is that I get it back and it does the same thing. And if it does the same thing, I don't know what to do at that point. All right, we're at the tractor dealership. They got me all hooked up, all dropped off. Very, very happy. Good, solid people. Hopefully they can figure it out. It won't be for lack of trying, that's for sure.